who feel that everybody could, if pressured enough, become and have a psychotic episode like this. And there are others who feel that only those who have a tendency to easy disorganization of the brain by their metabolism, that only they can get the psychotic trips. Because certainly when we analyze the underlying strife or conflicts that go on in a schizophrenic when they have recovered enough, that we find not too different a set of circumstances than what we find in the neurotic.
Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Trying to save the patient from what would otherwise be a severe neurotic The patient that you saw me walking with demonstrates on the 8th day after admission the continuing presence of a catatonic panic.
All right, happy Tuesday night. Is it Tuesday night? It is Tuesday night, right?
Maybe. Yeah, it's probably Tuesday.
Okay.
Probably.
You guys know I am terrible to remember what day of the fucking week it is. I'm just like,
It is Tuesday.
And I'm just like, what day of the night is it? All right, happy Tuesday night here on Sound Injection. We've got Aaron from Blood of Angels. How you doing, brother?
I am doing wonderful. How's everybody?
We are
well.
absolutely fantastic. Whoa, damn, that was the wrong hole.
What happened?
Oh, hey, when that happens.
Well,
the whiskey went down the wrong way. Yeah, that sucks.
Oh, that burned good.
Yeah.
All right. So you know what? I'm gonna pick on Meg first, since just because I like picking on Meg.
Okay.
Yeah, I just like picking on Meg.
All right, here we go. What do you do to psych yourself up on stage before you go on stage? What do you do to psych yourself up and get the blood rushing?
Drink whiskey and mingle with everybody. I mean, that's as a band, we don't do backstage. We don't. We love being out with the people. We love having drinks with everybody. We love intermingling with the fans. Never, ever, and I'm going to declare it right here, right now, we will never charge for a meet and greet ever, no matter how big we get. We never will charge for a VIP experience. None of that crap. I think it's ridiculous that, people have to pay money to meet meet a band. That's what I feel should separate metal from the rest of the music genres. It's it's all about a big community. We're all about a big community, whether you're the person on stage or you're the fan of the music or wherever level you are as a musician with a band. So we should interact with each other as a community without barriers.
I like that. Yeah, hell yeah.
I see. You don't hear very many bands that do that. They're all about making more on that almighty dollar than they are actually building a community up, and it's ridiculous. Like when I go on there and I see VIP meet and greets for you're already paying several $100s to go see some of these bigger bands play, and then they're like, oh yeah, meet us for $1,000, and it's like What?
Or they'll talk the talk and be like, oh yeah, we're big part of community and say these beautiful words, and then
Well,
you're paying $1,000 to meet them.
It's not even really a meet. It's just you walk up, you take a picture with them, it's over. That's it.
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
get 2 words
and
in.
you don't even no handshake, because of exchange of germs. You don't want to risk, they don't want to risk getting sick, and I paid for that once before. Really, when Slayer was on their final tour and they came through Tampa. So at the time, I was just like, well, hey, I either do it now or I'll probably never get a chance for the rest of my life. So, so I mean, I got out the credit card and bit the bullet and did the VIP meet and greet and everything.
Oh, how much was that?
Huh? It really wasn't too. It really wasn't too bad. On let's see, it was. I think everything for my wife and I, it was about $1,000 with the meet and greet, the tickets, and everything total. So $500 each of us.
Ooh.
Which is like a lot less, I know, compared to what has transpired post-COVID. Bless you.
Thank you.
Or possess you.
Because
the more metal one. But
it's like I think about it and I'm like, well, I'm paying $700 to go VIP to Welcome to Rockville, and that's 4 days of tons of bands. And I'm like, there's no way. I don't care who it is. I'm not paying no $1,000 for one night to do. Well, I say
well,
that.
it was 2 people. It was 2 people, but yeah.
I guess I would pay that if it was in the case of Rob Zombie or Marilyn Manson. I would probably do it. So let me stop talking shit.
Well, that's what it was. It was like, the final Slayer tour, the last time they'll ever be in my city. So I went for it that time.
And now here they are back again.
on and off at festivals, but they haven't been back. They haven't been back here, so they haven't been in Florida. Yeah, I think they did Rockville once.
Yeah,
I think they've done since the retirement.
I love when I see these bands and like friends will hit me up and they're like, "Oh my god, it's the last tour fucking ever," and I'm like, "Man, that shit's a marketing ploy because they're gonna be back in like 3 years and they're gonna fucking do it again." When the money starts to get a little low. When the money gets low, they need something to do. They get too damn bored sitting home with the fucking kids. Kids are driving them nuts. They're like, "Oh, nope, going back out on tour."
I'm going on tour.
Yeah. I mean, for those of us a little long in the tooth in the age, I mean, how many times did the Who do a final tour?
That is true.
I think the entire decade of the '80s was their farewell tour.
Wow, real tour for the next 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, the Who, I think that's what it was. And then even just a year or so ago, Roger Daltrey was coming through. I mean, well, not the Who himself, but what songs did he do? All Who songs. I mean, he came through not too long ago.
It's going to happen with Megadeth. Mark my words, because Megadeth are on their farewell tour.
Oh, I know.
In another 5 years, they'll fucking be back.
Right.
We're going to do a huge reunion tour. All right. Okay, gotcha.
The only band that I would say that I probably would declare that they would do it and that I would take up at face value, I think, would be Iron Maiden.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Nico is already retired. I mean, you already have one of the greats. Even though, I mean, take nothing wrong from Simon. I mean, he's amazing, an amazing guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him when they came through. He was the drummer for British Lion. So, they were here with British Lion. Cool thing. My wife was hired as the photographer for that show. So, so, and then, I got to meet Simon before he became the Iron Maiden guy. Cool guy, great guy. But I think when Steve Harris really, when he goes, I mean, he's the main guy. When he calls it, I think he will call it for real, or at least with Iron Maiden.
I agree. So if you could dig up any musician that's dead and resurrect them and spend an entire day with them learning everything they know about the music industry, who would you spend that day with?
Specifically the industry or just anything with music?
Anything with music.
Okay, well, anything with music, I would say Randy Rhoads.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
But
without a doubt.
we never had that answer. That just blows my mind that is the first time we've ever had Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, I know he wasn't the business side of it, you know, because that was Sharon and Ozzy and, you know, all that. But he's the reason why I even picked up the guitar in the first place. You know, I mean, my dad's a big rock metalhead. You know, I mean, he was into the heavier stuff, what was considered the heavy stuff in the 70s, which was Sabbath and Blue Oyster Cult and Blue Cheer, and, you know, Early Rush. You know, that was like, you know, that was the heavy stuff of the time. And yeah, I remember I was 10 years old and Dad came home with the Randy Rhoads tribute album because my dad always remained an Ozzy fan, and I liked it too. He exposed it to me. And when I heard it, I mean, I heard Randy, of course, on the other album, but when I heard it live, that's when I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that. Yeah.
That's the same way with me the first time I ever heard Motorhead. And I've seen me, and that's literally, I seen it on Beavis and Butthead. I seen fucking Ace of Spades, and the same episode, it also had White Zombie's Thunder Kiss 65.
Yeah.
And really, that was the two bands that I just became completely infatuated with the music industry, and particularly metal. I was just like, oh my God, this is the coolest shit I've ever fucking seen. And Lemmy to me was God.
Yes, to me he is. Yeah. That's the one sad person that, you know, never got to meet. Always hoped I would. Been to the Rainbow a few times while he was still alive, hoping for that moment. Now, you know, never, you know, he was never there when I got to go. But I have gone to the statue and seen it a couple of times, you know,
I've never seen the statue, but I did get to meet Lemmy.
Well, then there you go. Yeah, that's better. That's definitely a better account right there.
I did. I sit there, got to talk to the guy for 45 minutes, drank Jack with him, smoked fucking Marlboro Reds with him, and had a whole conversation about life and women with him for 45 fucking minutes backstage at a show. It was a festival that my band won a Battle of the Bands and got to play early on. And I had a really shitty day that day with an ex-girlfriend, and he happened to walk up and just started randomly fucking talking to me. And for the first 30 seconds, I didn't even know it was him because I wasn't even looking at it. He was talking to me, and I didn't even think about the voice either because I was just pissed off and upset. And then I look, he slides me a pack of Marlboro Reds there. He goes, go ahead, take one. And I took one out and lit it up, and I turned, and it's fucking Lemmy, and I almost instantly shit my pants.
Actually, I don't know if you've seen the the Scott Ian one-man show thing that he did in Ireland. I know I don't know if it's still on Amazon. It's really good. He tells the first time he ever met Lemmy. And it was basically like when Anthrax did their first album. They were on a promotional tour in Europe. Their first stop was in London, and they went to this crappy bar near a venue where they did basically like an album release kind of party thing in London. And yeah, it was Lemmy sitting at the bar. And at the time, Scott Ian was wearing his Motorhead shirt at that day, fortuitous, and Scott was like, I never drank at all, never was really into it. Lemmy got me so messed up, because I wanted to match him drink for drink. I was like, man, oh God, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got fucked up.
It's a story he has, and I'm like, wow, and he's like, we've been friends ever since.
He told the bartender to bring Jack, and he goes, bring the whole bottle. And I'm like, a whole bottle? He's like, I need 2 glasses and a whole bottle. So bartender, and it was like a green room that was like backstage for just the artist. So she set the whole damn bottle down, and he's pouring fucking shot for shot. And by the time I knew it, I was fucking destroyed. And I was
when we hang out, get ready because you're going to go through the same thing. So,
all right, bet. February, so I'll be hanging out with these guys in February.
Yeah, get ready.
All right, CB, you're up on deck. CB,
can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can. What's going on?
Okay,
brother?
y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. We're having
right,
some
go.
issues over here, but
I'm
so
sorry to hear that.
We're having
what's your
issues.
greatest fan interaction so far?
Greatest fan interaction. Gee, I got to narrow that down because I've had a lot of them. God. I'll just go with kind of just the most one of the most recent that we recently posted the video of our live show we did in Constanta, Romania, and we reversed the video. We reversed the video a bit instead of just having the music and the crowd reaction, waiting to the end. We put the crowd reaction in the front, and then let that go for about a minute of us interacting with the people, everybody from the stage and everything, and then the show kicks on. I've noticed that seemed to actually have gotten effect on that, but yeah, I mean they came in force. That place was packed out. I mean, everyone loved it. I didn't pay for a single drink that whole day. Afterward, yeah, it was. I mean, it was. Everyone was quite incredible, and I mean that whole tour. I mean that whole tour was absolutely amazing. But if I was going to single it down, I'll just go with that.
Okay, all right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Meg, you're up.
All right. So in a little bit of time that we've been talking, I've come to kind of fill you out, and I bet you have a hot take about the metal scene, and I want to hear it.
Hot take about what?
The metal scene.
The metal scene. Any particular? That's kind of broad. Any particular part of the metal scene, really, or
just
like
no,
where
nothing in
I'm from,
particular.
I'm sorry.
Let's hear a local grievance.
Oh, local grievance. Tampa. I mean, I'll brag. I think we have one of the best metal scenes in the world. I mean, we really do. I mean, we're the founding of death metal. We can go through the list of bands that are iconic from here: Deicide, Obituary, Death to begin with, Malevolent Creation. The list goes on. We all know who they are. More Sound Studios, brought all this great talent out, and did great recordings out into the world. Am I going to say a grievance? Yeah. A lot of the older local gatekeepers, if it seems like if you're a band that started after 1990, no matter what, you're kind of cast out to the side. You really, yeah. I mean, we've really found our local audience here out, bringing people into the metal scene as opposed to being included in the metal scene, so to speak, because we're not pure. I would say a lot of the local metal scene is very much a purist scene here. The death metal scene, and even though that influence is very much evident in our sound and in our music, it's not who we are 100%. So, since we're not true to that, we've had to build our own audience from outside of the scene than from within.
Okay.
Fucking fair enough. So as far as because for all of you that are watching, I actually manage Blood of Angels. So me and Aaron have had lots of conversations on the phone for lots of amounts of time.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that that you could get insight on from him is they have toured all over the goddamn place, including internationally. So as far as your touring to this point, what has been some of the greatest places that you've ever played as far as showing up and being that tight-knit metal community?
I mean, again, a good list. I'll start with Toledo Death Fest when we played that a few years ago.
Shout out to
that was absolutely sensational.
Yeah, so shout out to Keith Wampler on that one.
Yep. Yeah, no, he did. I'll give him some props. He does put a very good show together up there, and a very good festival, and very well organized. And that show was very good, incredible. Jungle Rot was the headliner, but people came. They came and they were ready. They were ready from the first band all the way to the end. All day nonstop. The fans and the people were great. And for us being the first time we ever played there, it was very good, very responsive. Playing at the Music Factory, Battle Creek, Michigan. They again, the one time we played there, they really took to us very well. They were very gracious. We did a lot of photos afterwards, and we're really, really great people. I can go through the European tour. Legencia. The first show that we did on the European tour in Poland, when people, groups of people were driving in from the Czech Republic just to see us, I was like, I had to take a step back. That was absolutely incredible. In Warsaw, Poland, there was a group of four guys that took time off from their jobs to come from Norway to come see us. Yeah, that was absolutely marvelous. And and again, the first time we played there, and I know we made an impact and impression. Zalao, one of the shows we played in Romania, it was a Tuesday night, and we did not have an opening band. We were the only band. It's not exactly a big town in Romania, maybe population, maybe 100,000 at best. Tuesday, as soon as the doors opened, they just kept coming in and coming in and coming in and coming in. And and they got us drunk on their local version of moonshine, which was based on plum. It was a plum based liqueur. It was sweet, but it had that kick at the same time. Okay. So those are the top. I can keep rattling off shows in all honesty, but I think that's it. I don't want to take the whole show up answering this question.
When they say that fucking metal is dead, it is fucking not. It still exists.
No.
Well,
It'll never die.
You can't kill the metal.
No. Yeah, Tenacious D got that right.
Yeah.
It's. Will it ever be? Will we ever have another Metallica, Iron Maiden? That a singular band that can command an arena or a stadium again? Probably not. Not as what music that we would call metal. But it won't go. It'll be like the blues. It'll be like jazz. There'll always be an audience that'll love it, that'll want it, that'll want to see live music. There'll be a fandom out there. And to me, that's everything.
All right, fair enough. All right, CB, you're up.
Yep. So if you guys could create a gag item to have at your table, what would that item be? It could be a inside joke between your band and the fans, or just something crazy, wild, something you want to sell.
Gag item. Wow. Man, you guys got some good ones. And this is something I never even. Usually I try to prep my mind, on possible things, so I don't sputter too much. But
not on this show.
Oh God. I don't know if you would really call it a gag item. The first thing that came to the top of my head would be like an inverted cross in the shape of a bong. and have blood of angels going across the bottom of it.
Okay.
That would be
I don't know if that's considered a gag, but that's
something you need to invest in.
Definitely something somebody will want to buy.
Yeah, I figure that'd be cool. A nice red, black, a really beautiful piece of glass artwork. Yeah.
Okay.
I would buy it. I don't even smoke, and I would buy it.
Yeah, it would. You can have it as an art piece. You actually have to use it. It's a possibility. And then,
right.
The chamber, right in the back of it. So
I would totally buy that shit because I don't even smoke. If I do that at all, it's usually gummies, but that's to go to sleep, because me and Mary Jane, we're not the greatest of friends. We don't agree very often.
I'm
And
actually I'm right there with you. The other three band members do. The other three guys in my band smoke, but yeah, I'm with you. It's just no matter what the strain, if it's a sativa or indica or what, no matter what the strand is, it just leaves me lethargic. It doesn't matter.
exactly.
That's how I react to it, and I don't like to feel like, you know,
Yeah,
I don't like to feel brain dead.
I'm like curled up underneath a fucking table somewhere, fucking asleep, or like completely paranoid, and it's never good.
Yeah, I mean, liquor, me and liquor work, you know.
Yeah, you want to drink whiskey or drink beer?
Yeah,
by God, I'm fucking there. We
Yeah.
can hammer down beer, whiskey all fucking day, but me and the Mary Jane, no,
Yeah.
we're not friends.
No,
It's
you
just-
know, I mean,
you just
and
gotta hang
I'm
out
all
more.
for, you know, anybody want, you know, great. You know, I'm all for it. I'm all for, you know, the legalization of it. You know, I think it should be, you know, I don't see why, you know, it has such a prohibition anymore. It should be nationally legal. But, you know, just for me personally, yeah, it's just not something.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I look at it the same as I look at liquor or beer.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's basically the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
really, come on, it's a goddamn fucking plant. You know, it's not like it's fucking meth. It's not like it's ecstasy or any of these man-made fucking drugs. Like,
Right.
you know, it is what it is. Fucking let people do their thing and enjoy it. You know, as long as they're doing it responsibly.
Exactly.
You know, that's like me. I don't really drink at bars. Occasionally, I might go to a bar and have a beer or two or whatever, but I like to drink at home. My ass stays home.
Yeah. I like going out, but you know, that's why we have Uber now. And that's, you know, when I know I'm going to go hard, you know, I know I'm going to have a ride, or I just take an Uber.
Exactly. Exactly. See,
Yeah.
our closest brewery, we have a brewery right across the street from our apartment. So we just walk.
Right.
We
I got one like that too. Funny enough.
Yeah. We can walk over there, have craft beer, walk back home.
Yeah.
Not an issue. Easy. No problem.
Yeah. I got Voodoo Brewing across the road, and basically a couple blocks down is a place called Stingrays, which is a lot of fun because it's not only it's a full liquor bar and everything, but it's a vintage video arcade.
See, one of my favorite places in in Tampa or the Tampa area has got to be Cigar City Brewing. I love Cigar City Brewing. Love.
I gotta take you to Coppertail, and you'll forget Cigar City. I guarantee it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh man, see, Cigar City still has my favorite IPA ever, which is the
Yeah.
Highlight.
Okay. Yeah. The Highlight. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. You're an IPA guy,
Highlight.
I'll take you to Coppertail, and you can have the Hopsecutioner. You know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I already love the name. Dig the name.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Well, that's
Yeah,
crazy
and they also have another one called the Unholy too. So you know they got a couple. But my thing is, I mean, I'm a dark beer guy. I like my stouts and stuff, and Coppertail has got that where Cigar City does not. So, but they also have good IPA. They have good IPAs, and
I
the
like
Juicy Lucy
IPAs
Burger.
and I like dark beers.
Yeah,
So if it's like a porter or a stout, I'm fucking down. IPA, I'm down. I'm not a big Pilsner guy or any of that, but IPAs or stouts or porters, I'm fucking there all day, every day. All right. So what is your take on AI in music?
I hate the fact. Let's see if I can form this constructively. Let's see. Okay. No one should. It should be, in my thoughts, if it's up on the streaming platforms, it should be labeled as AI for the consumer, so they know that they are listening to an AI thing. I don't. The AI music should not be getting any streaming royalties from these streaming services. You know, if you want to post your stuff or, you know, whatever, that's fine. But you shouldn't get paid for AI music.
Right.
I could see AI being it's okay. I see it as a tool for editing or mixing or mastering as a tool to assist, not to replace an engineer, but the combination of a skilled engineer using AI. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to go one step further, even though it's a little not AI. Bands that need to use backing tracks are not real bands. I said it.
Meg's hurting.
Oh man. Twist it. Oh my god.
Well, it's so me and Meg, we're in a band together.
Okay.
So we actually have to use backing tracks, but the main reason we use backing tracks is because we can't find all the goddamn musicians to play all the fucking instruments that we use.
And we're so musically, we have a lot of different instruments that aren't traditionally in the genre. So
but I mean, but you're not using backing tracks to replace your voice or whatever.
No.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to mention names, but I mean, I've done a show with a band where it was a 3-piece band, and you heard these really cool guitar melody lines, but the guitar player that was up there was not playing them.
Oh, I see.
Oh no.
He's just standing there chugging on it. He's basically playing the simple rhythm. He's not playing he's not playing the melody line. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, we're a one guitar player band. I play all the melody lines and the solos and everything. Nothing comes from a laptop. What you hear out of us is the instruments that are there.
All right. Fair enough. All right, Meg, you're up.
Okay. What if your band was a drink? What drink would it be?
If my band was a drink?
An alcoholic beverage. An adult beverage.
Jack number 7.
I was like, I could answer that.
Yep. I mean, that's us in a nutshell. Four blue collar guys from Florida.
Yeah.
All four of us are from, have spent our whole lives here, born and raised, and I mean that sums us up right there.
Nice.
Fair enough. All right, CB, you're up.
All right. So if you could offer advice to any new members that are trying to get into the metal scene or any new bands that are wanting to go a little bit harder in the scene, what advice would that be for them?
Any new bands that want to go in the scene?
That want to get more into the scene.
Get more into the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Be humble, be kind, and take every opportunity you can. And anytime you say yes for a gig, barring severe illness or anything, always show up. Always be there. Always be on time. If they say the doors are at 7 and the promoter is can't get a hold of them and flighty, which you know as well as I do, always freaking happens. But if the flyer says doors are at 7, you be there at 5 p.m. Right? You be there. At
I was
5
just gonna say your ass better be at 5.
Yeah. You be there at least 2 hours before the door. You get
your merch. Gonna be there at fucking 3:30 or 4.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not really hard. I mean, we all go through this education. Think of the bands you admire and you have gone to their shows. When you show up at the venue, say, you're going to the House of Blues to see whomever, a band, at that level. You walk in there, the merchandise is already set up, the bartenders are at the bar ready to go. The first band's gear is on stage, the sound check's been done, all that's taken care of before the first person hits the door and comes in your show. Mm-hmm. You got to operate the same. That's professionalism, and you got to operate the same way. Don't be setting up your merch. After the doors have been open 20 minutes, your merch should be set up, done, decored, everything ready to go and open for business before that first patron comes through the door.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know,
And you got to be ready to go. Yeah, if you're not the first band on stage, then your stuff your stuff needs to be pre-set up, your stage show and everything ready to go that you could quickly load on and quickly load off. Keep a total professional mentality, and the more you do that, the more people are going to notice, the more opportunities you're going to get for bigger things.
I've said the same
That's
thing.
That's the break into the scene. To get beyond that, you better save your damn money.
I've told a lot of bands, like, you always want your merch, just like you said, that merch table better be up, finished, and ready before the doors even fucking open.
Yep.
They need to be up. Your fucking drums, already have them fucking pre-set up, especially if you have a drum rack.
Yep.
Even if they're, as long as it's not raining or whatever, even if they're setting like right outside, just already have them fucking set up as far as you could possibly set them up, because it's going to help, and everybody's going to appreciate that. When you're fucking moving, it's like a well-oiled fucking machine. Every band, every person, they're all going to appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're sitting there fumbling around and you're just setting up your goddamn drum set, and the first band's about to be off in 3 minutes, and you're just starting to fucking fuck with it, are you kidding me? No.
If I'm running the show, you're not going on stage. That's that's
yeah.
that's
no.
if I'm running the show.
No. Are you fucking kidding me?
Also, I'm going to add, because I see so many bands do this, and it's to me the biggest mistake ever. Stay for the whole show.
Yeah.
Don't break down and leave with your merch after you don't do that. Again, back to the mentality. When you go see when you go to a bigger show, like you go see something, like at the House of Blues or a big show, do the opening bands are done playing, the headlines coming up. Do you see the opening band's merchandise disappear from the merch booth, or they pack? No, their merchandise is there for the whole duration of the show, all the way to the end. Stay. You never know. You never know people's buying habits. There were so many times earlier, starting out, where we've been the second band on a 4-band bill. We've kept, we sold a little bit after our show, but we kept the merch going. And at the end of the night, after it was all done, we would sell like another 5 or 6 T-shirts, because some people just don't buy until the very end, till they're ready to walk out the door, because they don't want to have the merchandise on them if there's a no re-entry thing, depending on the venue's thing. So they wait till the end of the night to do their shopping. Mm-hmm. You never know. If you pack up and leave, you lost the opportunity. But you stay and you support the other bands, and at the very end of the night, you find the venue owner and the sound guy, and you thank them.
Yeah.
Thank them. Shake their hand. Say thank you for hosting us this evening. We really appreciate it. I do it all the time. Make a connection, make a relationship. And thank the sound guy before you play. Always do. Yeah. Thank you for doing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing a great job. That that little bit goes such a long way on your show and your own reputation.
And I've even said that with bands. Like, even when I was in a band or being a band manager, I would go up to all the bands before anything ever started, and I'd shake every fucking member's hand.
Yeah.
Every single fucking one of them. Now, if they didn't want to shake my hand, didn't want to talk to me, okay, well, that's your bad. But anybody who would talk to me, I'd fucking walk up to every damn one of them. Every single band, every fucking person, even bartenders, I'd go talk to them. Just because it's all about leaving that impression.
Oh yeah, I usually ask the bartender how their night went at the end of the night, because at the level that we are, we're touring, but we play mostly smaller venues and bars and things, 300 or less. That's just where we are at the moment, and but in that sense, in a way, you're kind of in a partnership with the bartender. You're doing your marketing, you're bringing people through the door. Most of the time the deal I ask for is to get the door, and then the venue gets the alcohol sales, and the bartender gets tipped. But I always ask to make sure to see if a bartender had a good night, because then if the bartender has a good night, I feel we as a band have done our job. that we were entertaining enough and entertained the crowd enough that they stayed and kept buying drinks. And if they're staying to buy drinks, then they're staying and tipping.
Yeah. And then they're going to come buy more shit from you because at that point they don't give a fuck because they're drunk and they're going to go spend stupidly and buy all your shit.
Which works for me because we do accept all credit cards.
Exactly. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten drunk and I was not planning on buying t-shirts. And then I leave with like a goddamn shirt from every fucking band that plays.
Thank you. As one of those bands, thank you.
It's cool. It's all right. Fucking, I gotta buy one T-shirt from every single band.
Yeah.
The last time I went to Orlando and went to a show with at the time my roommate, she wanted to go see. It was like the final tour for a band called Yumi at Six.
Okay.
And so like I knew kind of who they were. They're more of like a modern mainstream rock type of band, but I enjoyed all the bands, so I went and bought a fucking shirt from all of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
one of them I didn't even really like, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it anyway. The shirt looks cool. I'm gonna fucking support the band. I'm gonna be supportive. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing shows with bands. You know, if I like the band, you know, I'll buy the shirt from them. Yeah, I usually do.
Absolutely. And see that goes a long way.
Yeah,
you know, especially if you're in a band and you're already there. Like there's times that I would go up to bands and just take them a shirt and be like, hey, I just wanted to give you one of our shirts, blah, blah, blah. And usually they would give me one of theirs and it was just like a trade. Like, hey, here's one of my shirts. Okay, I got one of your shirts. And I turn around and go fucking change and wear it on stage.
Yeah.
Especially if they did that for me. I'd wear this shit on stage.
Well, I think is that sometimes the next time I play with, you know, I do a show with that band, I wear that band shirt, you know. Yeah,
exactly.
It's
a respect thing. It's a fucking respect thing.
It is, absolutely.
All right, Meg, you're up.
What is a gig disaster story that was not funny then, but it's funny now?
Big disaster story. It's honestly, I haven't really had a major disaster on stage. The only thing that's happened a couple of times is it happened once in Europe, and it happened in our October show in Tampa. What happened in the October show in Tampa is where my guitar effects were plugged into was in a plug, like towards the front of the stage in the mosh pit. Someone came careening and basically like unplugged my shit. So all of a sudden, my guitar was out for like a little while. Well, you know, I'm thinking there's something wrong with my pedal or something, but my pedal board was just unplugged. That's really kind of the stuff that's happened on stage. Some disaster things happen when I not really a disaster, but kind of messed up when I was on tour. And it wasn't during a show, it was after a show. And this was years ago in my old band. We were doing a South American tour, and we played in Paute, Ecuador, a small town in Ecuador. Before going, that was the last show and there before we continued on to Peru. And we were in this small town. We were playing on Saturday, and we were in this small town for like a week. You know, beautiful town, picturesque. You know, cobblestone streets. You know, just really lovely. And it was Friday night, and I guess we were kind of like anxious at that point. We're hanging out in the hotel. There was a balcony at our hotel, and we bought bottles of rum, and we're all drinking, you know, in the room and standing there. And there's a group of kids that came walking by, and you know, they pointed up and they recognized us, and that's because there's been posters of us all over town for like a month and a half. Promoter did a great job, so you know, they invited us to this party. We left the hotel room. We went to a party, you know, that was up on the hills and the surrounded area, and that was really nice. And I continued to drink mysterious homemade alcohol beverages from Sprite bottles. And one of the kids that did graphic design, and I was really inebriated by that point. And he did graphic design and wanted to take us to his office area and show us some of the work he did. So we're like, okay, yeah, sure. So we followed him down the hill and we went in there. And I'm sitting at his desk in front of his computer and he's showing me pictures. And sadly, I projectile vomited all over this poor kid's computer.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah. They were awfully cool about it. Basically, they kicked us out of the area and escorted us back to the hotel. And then they were at the show the last night. The money we made at the show, we decided we just gave it to the kid so he can get a new computer.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
We just foregoed our payment and go, like, here, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was a horrible, drunken moment. That was kind of That was about as close as to my Motley Crue story on the road. Really.
At least you're trying to make it right, though. That's yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for the kid. I mean, yeah, I had mixtures of all kinds of liquor going on there. Most of it probably unidentifiable.
Oh God! All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, if money wasn't an issue and you guys could go on a national tour and take any 3 bands with you, doesn't matter how big they are, and they couldn't say no, who would you take on tour with you?
Well, honestly, I'd want to take I'd want to take on tour, bands that are actually that I know of that are really good friends of ours because we'd have a good time. Reflections of Flesh up in Wisconsin. It would be great to have on the road. Filth would be awesome to have on the road.
Oh
yeah. I toured after we toured with them once before, and Dustin's a great guy. I know they've been some lineup changes since then, but I love Dustin like a brother. Him for sure. And locally, I would take Viridium.
Fuck yeah! See, I love that. I love when we get bands when I ask that question. 95% of the time, they always choose big, gigantic, huge bands. Right. But there's only been a few bands that are like, hey, we take these like smaller bands that we're friends with and we'd have a good time and that's what we're about. And I love fucking hearing that. I love it. Love it. You just don't hear very often.
No. Yeah, well, because I know it'll be fun. I mean, my dream scenario, as far as if I was going to pick a band to open for, I'd love to open for Lamb of God. I think we'd be a great fit as an opening, as a support band for Lamb of God. We're kind of similar in ways, again, blue collar guys from the South, basically, playing heavy music. They're they are a big influence on us, in our sound and what we do. I think we'd be a really great fit on that tour. But, with Lamb of God, would come the buses and the entourage and, and the stage crew and like all this stuff, and, security and all, and be like, no, I really don't want that. I'd rather be with good friends and we'd and anybody who came to that show would be treated to something special, I feel.
All right, fair enough. All right, Meg, you're up.
So when you're writing, do you write better under pressure or whenever you just kind of like pace things out and let the ideas breathe?
I guess pace things out. I never really been under a pressure or a deadline or anything. So okay. You usually space things out and let it breathe. I don't really like to rush the writing process. Because I try to. Like with this album, especially. Every song doesn't follow the same format. When the full album comes out, everyone will hear that. I think the closest would be like the opening song, Beating You, and the ones we just recently released, Minds of the Broken, because they're both 3.5-minute songs. But even those two follow different patterns, When Minds of the Broken has a third verse, We're Beating You does not, so.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, because at the end of the show, for everybody that's watching, we're actually going to play the lyric video for Minds of the Broken. So hang tight, because you're actually going to get to hear them.
Awesome. That's very cool.
CB, you're up.
What is your favorite horror film?
Hellraiser.
All right.
Wow, that was fast.
And any of them,
I
I think every film of the Hellraiser series is absolutely fantastic. I think Bloodline is probably my favorite, but I think
I made him watch Bloodline because I'm a huge Hellraiser fan. Huge.
Yeah,
I still have a whole bunch.
I just love the intellectualness of Pinhead. I'm sorry, Crimson. My bad. I didn't.
Oh, you're good. No, I was saying I still got a whole bunch to watch.
Yeah.
No. So he started asking me about like the background of like how Pinhead was created and the bot and the the Lament configuration, and I was like, oh, you gotta watch Bloodline. Bloodline is like the epitome of that whole storyline that gives you the whole backstory on everything, which ultimately they probably should have did that movie first, but we know how Hollywood works.
Yeah.
So you got to watch Bloodline. And we watched like the first three. We watched, one, and we watched Hellbound, and we watched Hell on Earth, and then we watched Bloodline. And he was like, oh, shit. And I was like, yeah, I'm a big Hellraiser fan. I even collected the comic books when I was a kid and read the fucking comic books and all the graphic novels and all that shit, which I was telling him I got the rare opportunity that I got to meet Clive Barker. And that was I was hosting a Shock Fest in Las Vegas several years ago, and he was one of the celebrities that was there along with some of the cast of Hellraiser. So I got to meet. Now I didn't get to meet Doug Bradley, which I really wanted to meet Doug Bradley, and I didn't get the chance to, but I met the guy that played like Butterball. I met the guy that played the Chatterer. I met a few of the others, and I was just like, it was fucking phenomenal. Like, Clive Barker's a fucking genius.
It's what I love about it is that it's more than just the effects of of a slasher horror movie, etc. There's a intellectual bent to it, and to entertain me, it has to have that. I mean, maybe shock value for the sake of shock value, is, I mean, to me, it's just boring, but I mean, that's what I love about Hellraiser, because to me, it's just deeper than just the horror itself.
Right. And it is. And a lot of people I think some people get turned off from that because they're just like, oh, I just want blood and guts. And that's all I want the entire time. Yeah, but Hellraiser has so many different dimensions. Mm-hmm. And I kind of relate. I kind of feel like that's why like heavy metal and horror kind of correlate so well, because there's so many different dimensions to heavy metal that people really don't think about and they don't understand. You hear people that don't listen to heavy metal are, oh, it's just screaming music. I'm like, but have you actually listened to it? And have you actually read the lyrics? And have you actually paid attention to what these songs are about? Because it's a lot of goddamn emotion. It's not like this fucking hip hop shit where it's just fucking bitches and selling drugs and it's just the repetitive shit over and over and over and over. Same as pop music. I broke up with my boyfriend. I broke up with my girlfriend. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. Dude, metal is so much more and it's so deeper, and that's like, it just correlates with some of the stuff like Hellraiser, because it's really fucking deep if you pay attention to it and you actually look at it. You got to. You fucking got to. All right, Meg, you're up.
Okay. If we all went out karaoke, what would your karaoke song be?
I'm a baritone range, so it'd probably be a Type O Negative song. Okay. Most likely Everything Dies, because I love that one.
All right.
Yeah,
Fair
no,
enough.
I can sing that decently at least. That people won't run out of the room. Yeah. But I'm not a big fan of karaoke. I mean, it kind of cracks me up when people go in there and try to be Mariah Carey, and I'm like, God, she's 1 in a million. Please don't do this. At least back in the day when she was on top. It's
not Christmas time.
You're not trained. You're trying to sing a 3-octave range. Please don't. For the love of, don't.
Fair enough. So
I love going to karaoke and watching people enjoy themselves, even if it's not the best, makes your ears bleed a little bit. It's still fun watching them, get up there and have some fun.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's just my ears are very in tune, and I mean, as soon as I hear it going off, it just it's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Yeah.
It's just what my ears do, because I spent so many, I mean, my grandfather sat me down at a piano, when I was 4 years old, and goes, ding, 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 what's this note? C, F sharp, so yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, if it's, I mean, a little off key fine, but if it gets really bad, it just drives me nuts.
Fair enough. So now that we're at the end of the show, we're at the point of playing the music video. So tell us a little bit of what Minds of the Broken is about.
Minds of the Broken song lyrically is written by our vocalist, Randy Reyes. The song is about soldiers who deal with post-traumatic stress disorder, not only the mental fatigue that goes on the battlefield, but also the mental fatigue that continues on when they come home. It's our tribute to our fighting men and women in uniform. We're very, we are, as a band, kind of patriotic in that way, in supporting our troops in the military. We have family members and friends that have served, and this is a song. It's for them in the battles, the battle that they continuously have to deal with.
All right, fair enough. So on that, for everybody that's watching, we're going to play Minds of the Broken. Please make sure that you go follow Blood of Angels on all their social media accounts, because they are fucking everywhere. And if you get them and you can go watch them at a show, go to the show. Don't be a pussy. It doesn't cost that goddamn much to go to a fucking show. Just do it.
Not our show.
Exactly. So on that, we love you guys. We will be back again tomorrow night. Aaron, you stay put, because I want to talk to you after the show. On that, we love everybody. Y'all have a great fucking night. We will see you again tomorrow.
Alive, reach slave in your life.